What's going on, YouTube? This is your boy Second Accord. I just want to do a quick video showing off the Jellybean AOSP ROM running on the Epic 4G Touch. This is not going to be a very in-depth. I'm not going to go through every feature. I just want to give my opinions on it and let you guys know if I think that you should go ahead and try it out. Just a couple of things. This is an alpha ROM, so it's not like, you know, it's not really in beta stage, but saying that, I really can't find any bugs, any major bugs. Everything major works. Your text messaging works, your GPS works, phone works, browser, you know, I haven't really found any major crazy bugs that'll stop it from being a daily driver. This is my daily driver. I've had it for a few days. I just want to show you guys some of the cool things that I think are cool. If you have an ice cream sandwich based ROM or ice cream sandwich on your, you know, on your Epic, you're not going to see a whole lot of a difference between ice cream sandwich and Jellybean. It's pretty similar looking. That being said, the feel of this ROM is amazing. Your touch input seems like they sped it up somehow. It tracks your finger very well. The little lags that you see sometimes in, you know, Android, you really don't see too many lags. I mean, to be honest with you, as you see how responsive it is. This is the stock launcher, Jellybean launcher. This is not like Apex or Nova, and there's no lags at all. It has very cool animations throughout the entire ROM. So, and this is a Jellybean feature. You see cool animations are snapping. You still have the card stack animation, which I think is very cool. Hit the home button, you zoom out, everything zooms in. Hit the dialer, it'll take you. Still the ice cream sandwich dialer, but you see the animations. The animations kind of zoom in from wherever you touch. Watch this animation. It's going to load up and it's going to zoom up. So that's a cool animation. A lot of times when you're switching between applications, you'll have a zoom in, zoom out. So just very cool animations throughout this entire ROM. Your search bar at the top is a little bit different. It's not the transparent one anymore, but functionality is still pretty much the same. Your applications don't look too much any different. Animations are the same, so you're not going to get a whole lot of difference there, but you see the animations are very smooth. Search bar is different. You do have the time on the top, and when you use Google Now, you will have cards that will show. Right now, since I'm at home, the card is showing me as the weather, but if you put a sport team in there, do a lot of searches, it'll learn and it'll put different cards on there. Whenever I am away from home, if I go anywhere that's not home, I can pull my notification down and it'll have a card showing me how long it'll take with the current traffic conditions to get home. So when I go to work, you know, it'll show me 18-20 minutes with, you know, traffic conditions to get home. So that's awesome. I usually use a weather widget or something to look at the weather. I don't anymore, just because right now I swipe down and it'll show me the weather at any time. If you click in there, it'll take you to the Google search application, which does replace the one that was ice cream sandwich. It was a lot cleaner. So right now it shows a card, and you can get to Google Now, or I mean you can actually use your voice to search it right here. So that's cool. You know, look at the card, you can search it, you can ask it whatever you want to. Google Now is amazing. The voice recognition is very good. It's very fast. So that's like a basic question. How tall is the Empire State Building?
The Empire State Building is 1,454 feet tall.
So that's really cool, and also it'll take you down to a Google search, so you can scroll it down, and you're in your pretty much your regular Google search. You know, so it's awesome. You can access the weather. You can access it by tapping the microphone icon at the top, or you can long press your search button, which is a shortcut that some people don't know about. Long press them, so you can get to it that way as well. You can still use the voice functionality the same way that you could before. So you can have it navigate. You can have it set a clock. Those are things that some people don't know about. You can have it set an alarm for you. Set an alarm for 10 minutes.
Setting alarm.
So, yeah. You can also use it to navigate if you have Google Maps installed. Navigate to McDonald's. And see, it'll bring up different options, and all you have to do is click one, and then it'll take you there. So that's very, very cool. As you can see, I do have some toggles in my notification bar, but those toggles are part of the features of the ROM. So I'm going to show you guys some of the features of the ROM. Pretty much all of the standard settings are pretty much exactly the same as you would get in Jellybean Ice Cream Sandwich, so those haven't changed. But you have a little tab here called Interface, and you can click on Themes, and right now any of the CM10 themes will work. Most of the themes that work for CM9 also work for CM10. So, but just make sure it says CM10 compatible, and you can download different themes. They work. They seem to work better on here than they did when I was running the ALKP ROM. Themes apply. They don't have. There's not a whole lot of quirks yet. So, I mean, you might run into a theme that has some issues, but I apply the theme. It works within seconds. So that's cool. Also, power widgets. And the power widget is actually the toggles in the notification bar. So once you click on power widgets, you can go through and you can change the order. You can take them, you can get rid of them, you can add different toggles if you want to. I'm not going to go through this whole thing, but as you see, the ones I have my Bluetooth, my GPS, my sound settings, and I have a flashlight. Torch toggle, hit the torch toggle, torch is on, click it, torch is off. So that's very, very cool, very simple, very easy. Pretty much everything else is pretty much the same. You do have advanced down here, and it will take you to specific Epic 4G touch settings. And you have things such as your screen mode, where you can have your screen different for different situations. You can set your gamma. You can set your outdoor mode, which will make everything brighter. I think it increases the backlight. Negative mode, you can invert your colors, which is weird because it inverts everything. So all black is white, all white is black, all red is blue. So it's odd, but you can increase the touch sensitivities. You can enable the backlight keys down here. You can disable them if you want to run. I don't know, just do something different. You can disable the backlight. Your sensors, you can calibrate the Epic. So if your accelerometer is off, you can do that. You can set the intensity of the haptic feedback, and you can also this is for your audio dock. This is for like if you put it into a dock. So that's really pretty cool right there. I don't see anything else different that wasn't on there before. You still have your developer options. You still have your about phone. Your sprint options are still in there. And I know some people said that when they tried to do anything, it would cause it to crash. But I can, so far I'm doing it. But yeah, this is the Alpha 5, the one that I'm running. This is the AOSP one. There are different. Jellybean ROMs, but this is the AOSP one, the one that's on XDA. And I haven't run into any issue. The only issues that I ran into is when I tried to install the ROM, I tried to use inverted G-apps, and for some reason I couldn't find an inverted G-apps that had the phone dialer that would actually work. So maybe those were based off of the Nexus 7, which is not a phone. I don't know. But right now, I'm just running the regular apps, and they work. Let's talk about battery life. Battery life is okay. It is not great, but it's not terrible, if that makes any sense. I have noticed that if you're running a TouchWiz based ROM, you know, ice cream sandwich ROM, for some reason like the battery life. I've ran a couple of them has been excellent. I ran the MIJJZ one, and the battery life was amazing. I can go all day. You know, even the stock one. I know some people having battery issues. I didn't, so it didn't affect everybody. But battery life was great on TouchWiz based ROMs. On this one, it is not as good. I'm just put that straight up to you right now. I can say probably moderate use, and that's pretty much checking, you know, doing some YouTube videos, responding to some emails, text messaging, surfing, maybe a couple of little games. I don't have a whole lot of games, you know, some Temple Run, Agent Dash, something like that. You can get about 8 hours. You know, 8.5, maybe 9. You know, and that's pretty much usage. That's, you know, your phone screen being on, using it, you know, putting it down, using it, letting it sleep for half an hour. You know, heavy use, you're not going to get more than 5 hours. If you have the screen on the entire time, it's about 5 hours. But when I had the MIJJZ, the Goodness ROM, I could beat that thing up. I can have the screen on for like 8 hours. But then again, I also had all my apps inverted. Every single app that I ran on that ROM was inverted. So, you know, it could be just based on the inverted, or it could just be on the ROM. So I'm not sure. So if you need to make it a whole day, a work day, you can make it a work day running the Jellybean AOSP. You're going to have to charge it in the car on the way home, but you can make it throughout the day. Another thing, the GPS actually works, so there's no issues there. But yeah, everything works. Another cool feature I'm going to show you really quick about Jellybean is widgets. When you're applying a widget, it makes it easier, because now I have a widget on here right now. If you move a widget to a space that's occupied by something else, it'll move it around, and then it'll readjust everything. It'll readjust your home screen. So it makes applying widgets a very easy experience. You do have a couple of extra widgets as well. You have like a Play Store widget, My Library widget, where you can have it display your content on there. You have a sound search, and I haven't really used that, but I guess it's like Shazam or SoundHound, or if you hear a song that's on the radio, you can tap on that widget, and it'll tell you what the song is. And I'm pretty sure that it'll probably give you a link to the Play Store and see if you can buy that. You do have a torch that's built in to this ROM too, so you can also have a torch widget if you want to. You can drop it here, and so now you have a torch. I had just put on strobe, so you could type strobe, and it's strobing. I don't know if you could tell. So that's cool. There's nothing else really extra, too much good. If you just want to run Jellybean and want to have a good experience, this is a complete ROM. It is, like I say, it's alpha ROM, but it doesn't seem like an alpha at all. I haven't had any major glitches. All my apps run pretty good. Camera works. Like I say, camera's awesome. I can take a picture, and then you can swipe through the pictures that you've taken. So that's cool. The only issue that I do have is when you go into the gallery used to show your Picasa albums, your online albums, and your gallery does not show it at the moment. So I don't know if that is to be addressed in an update. But when we go into the gallery, as you see, like usually over like past all your albums, you have like all your Picasa albums, your web albums, and they're not there. So I don't know what the deal is with that, but besides that, that's the only major issue that I've seen. Anyway, if you have any more questions or you want to know anything else about this ROM, I installed this ROM just using AGAT recovery when I had on the MAJJZ ROM, on the Goodness ROM. I did not go back. I didn't go back to the. I didn't go all the way back to Gingerbread. Some people might have had issues, and some people said you have to go back to Gingerbread. You could do it at your own risk. Going back to Gingerbread will probably be your safest bet to go back to like EL26 kernel with Clockwork Mod and flash it that way. Me personally, I flashed it through AGAT, and then I had to reset it like 4 or 5 times because every time I did a GApps, it wouldn't work, and then if I flashed a new GApps on top of that, I had issues with the inverted GApp. So I actually factory reset this thing like 3 times and never had a boot loop or anything. It just loaded up every single time. So anyway, if you liked the video, give me a thumbs up. If you have any questions, go ahead and leave a comment. Anybody that has left a comment knows that I do try to respond to all comments. Sometimes the comments are iffy on YouTube and they don't come to my phone because I just use Gmail, so I just get a comment, reply to it. You have any help on how to install it, I can answer any questions, but it's a very simple process. Follow me on Twitter at Second Accord. I do have a link to all my videos as I upload them, so you can always have a link straight to my new videos. Go check out my channel, like what you see, go ahead and subscribe. I'm out.